Our Government v. Their Government. October 29, 2019 by Anna von Reitz. I get contacted all the time by various groups trying to work as private membership organizations (PMAs) to substitute themselves for the lawful government we are owed and gain some degree of protection for their members. Be aware that this holds no traction and makes no difference in the larger scheme of things. You and your fellow members are still in the matrix, still owned and controlled by the same foreign governments, and still just as far away from accomplishing the actual work of Reconstruction. You are in effect following the same pattern and making the same mistakes as were made directly in the wake of the Civil War, acting as declared U.S. citizens, that is, federal employees, because you haven't corrected the falsified political status records they foisted off on everyone. All you can do is form foreign state-of-state organizations. In fact, your actions can be taken as anti-American and as insurrection against the actual lawful government, and ironically enough, as activity that the actual interlopers are happy to prosecute, because they can charge the rest of us for the service and put down patriots in the bargain. Please keep on track and follow the logic of the history involved. You have all been run through the mill and issued a foreign birth certificate. You have to take exception to that mischaracterization or you cannot function as an American. It requires correction of your political status records as a first step. And the second step requires assembling your State of the Union. You have to have the proper political status to have standing, and you have to have standing to assert jurisdiction, and you have to have jurisdiction or all your actions are null and void. You are just spinning your wheels and playing back into the hands of the Brits and the Roman municipal government, dividing the resources of the patriot movement, and causing more problems instead of co-creating actual, factual, lasting reform and solutions. There is at this point exactly one organization that is properly organized, that has corrected the political status of all members, and which is actively engaged in the process of self-governing and assembling the states of the Union. Go to www.theamericanstatesassembly.net. This is the only organization with the teeth, the status, standing, and jurisdiction, to operate as the people and therefore, enforce the constitutions. This is the only organization that is properly organized to operate the United States of America, our Federation of States. There is no other such organization out there, and if there were, we would not be bothering to recreate the wheel. We would be lending our support to that other organization, instead. As it is, here we are. Doing the right thing, the right way, to have the power to restore and reconstruct the American government we are owed, because we have the political status, standing, and jurisdiction to do so. Don't waste your time on any private organizations trying to make up for the lack of honest public administration. You are being called to assemble your own long-lost lawful and sovereign government of the people, for the people, and by the people, a living government that is not subject to the whims of the Queen or the Pope, and not existing in a world of universal and largely bogus debt.